Dipty's been looking at things outside the virtual world. Facts you've been looking at, haven't you, Dipty? Newspapers. This report from the Washington Post you're starting with.
That's right. The Post reports that the United Arab Emirates were behind the hacking of the Qatari government in late May, a hack that produced, quote, incendiary false quotes attributed to the Qatari emir, and that essentially set off a diplomatic crisis with its neighbors. This is according to U.S. intelligence officials. The UAE's ambassador to the U.S. has firmly denied the Post's report, but the conflict did highlight the sharp differences between Donald Trump, who's in a series of tweets really backed Saudi Arabia and the UAE, and Rex Tillerson, his Secretary of State, who's been urging compromise between both sides and has essentially been practicing shuttle diplomacy over the last couple of days.
Another story that's sure to draw up tensions. Iran has arrested and sentenced a US citizen to 10 years in prison for spying.
Well, this story has been picked up by several media outlets, including the New York Times. Sheyue Wang is a history grad student from Princeton University who's been sentenced to 10 years in prison for spying. Now, Wang was born in China but is a U.S. citizen and, according to Iranian authorities, is allegedly fluent in Persian. They say he had digitally archived 4,500 pages of classified material and done, quote, super confidential research for the U.S. State Department. Wang was actually arrested last summer, and the university says they've been quietly working to have him freed. The U.S. State Department has accused Iran of fabricating national security-related charges to detain Americans and other foreigners. The Iranian judiciary, for its part, says that the decision can be appealed.
Another story for you now. India, we're taking you to. Mentioned it in the news, of course. Lawmakers, they're casting their vote in presidential elections.
That's right. And it appears that the next president of India will be Ram Nath Kovind, an MP from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's party. The Indian PM even congratulated him in advance because essentially he had so much backing that the Prime Minister himself believed he would win. In any case, Modi himself has been forced to address a growing number of cow vigilante attacks. Hindus attacking Muslims because they eat beef. And of course, for Hindus, cows are extremely sacred. On Sunday, Modi told an all-party meeting that the state government must take strict action against cow vigilante violence. The Telegraph, the Indian version of the Telegraph, says the comments were seen as an attempt to appease the opposition as they plan to raise the issue in Parliament this Monday. Modi himself has come under fire for not addressing these attacks enough. Yesterday at least, he acknowledged that cow protection is tarnishing the image of India.
Now, you got a sneak preview of the next story just then. A story that's very close to my heart, because this is the TV show that I watched when I was a kid, Dipty, and I still watch it, I have to say. Drawing much praise from the press, the BBC has announced that the science fiction show Doctor Who has its first ever female lead.
First ever female lead, Stuart, in 54 years, as you would know, 54-year history. There was much speculation about who would replace Peter Capaldi as a doctor ever since he announced he'd be stepping down in January. Well, now we know it's a woman. Her name is Jodie Whittaker. She'll be the new Doctor Who, and it's really brought a lot of comments in the press. Variety, a TV critic website, says it's about time the Doctor is added to a growing list of role models for young girls and boys. I quote, "How cool that a woman will now have a chance to fix disasters, outsmart bad guys with a sonic screwdriver, a brilliant plan, and a quip." While the Telegraph reminds us that Doctor Who is family fun entertainment and half of most families are women, so this is really a step in the right direction. Whittaker will breathe new life into the sci-fi series, which has, at least for the Telegraph, been in decline for some time now, although you might be best placed to judge this. I know that you're a massive fan. In fact, our producer Chris told me that you own all the box sets and may even have posters somewhere.
I don't have any posters. I think he's exaggerating that. No, it's just it's the program I watched when I was a kid. So, you know, you have to follow it through, don't you? Yeah, good news. Good news to have a female doctor. Finally, speaking of family entertainment, the beloved children's cartoon Winnie the Pooh has been blacklisted from China. Tell us why. Well, she's not become a female, has she? She's not Winnie.
No, it's got nothing to do with gender. The Financial Times reports that Winnie the Pooh has become too politically sensitive. The beloved honey-eating bear was censored on Weibo, China's Twitter platform, and a social messaging app. There's no official explanation, but keen observers believe that comparisons between Xi Jinping and the portly bear may have made him unhappy, as you see in the picture in this image here. The picture went viral, actually, and that may be the reason that he wants his image banned. And ultimately, Winnie the Pooh, who is so far his most high-profile victim of the communist government's crackdown.
And a bouncing Barack Obama next to him. Next to Jodie with the papers on France 24. More news, few seconds time, don't go away.